It's no big deal.
And hey, how does is the camera frame rate? Mine looks choppy. How's it look on your end? I think I need to switch priorities.
Perfectly fine to mine.
Really? Okay.
No pixelation or nothing on my end.
All right. I'm going to switch properties because it looks like or priorities.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know shit about what you're talking about, so
I gotcha.
I just go on StreamYard, dude. They do it all for me. It's why I pay $50. It's so user friendly.
Yeah, no, totally agree.
Just so you guys know, we are live, but me and Dennis are prepping. But yeah, I have that one article. I'll show you here. So I have the one article we can kind of go over briefly. That's the USA Today one, yeah. And then we can kind of go over just how you feel about the CPAC performances, if you will, the build up.
Well, I bet you we know how you feel.
Well, I'm happy with the outcome, honestly. And so I think it's a good thing long term that they double down on him. It's going to be, I think it's a losing strategy possibly, but
I'm glad to hear you're excited for a Trump 2024, brother. You're coming along. Along.
Hey, I'm good with a Trump 2024 primary. And that's just going to be pure. For fuck's sake. Here we go. You can leave it on, man. It don't bother me. That's actually great fucking viewership.
That's good stuff. I know, man. We need to get some Republican slants over here on your channel, man. Every time I come, everyone's just dogpiling on anything Republican.
Well, we have some Republican viewers, that are agree with you and just shit on me. It's fine by me. I don't care. It's fine by me, but I'm actually going to be interviewing. Hopefully, I'll be doing a live stream with the chair of the Republican Party of my county.
Oh,
and to talk to him how they see it as a state legislation, as a state party, how do they feel about it as a county organization, a county chair?
And did you say the chair of the GOP?
Yeah, the GOP chair for for Van Buren County.
Oh, okay. How big's your county?
Oh, fuck, I don't even know, dude. It's not big. It's rural Michigan, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's rural Michigan. So
I just didn't know if you caught any larger cities in your county or anything like that.
No, it's not any big cities. But yeah, Hardy Hat says the Second Amendment is important there. Republican slant fulfilled.
Second Amendment is very important. But I could go get another prop for you to reinforce that if you'd like.
Well, yeah, you got lots of props for that bad boy.
Yeah, 2A, baby. Fucking Republicans.
That's something I'm thinking about doing with my stimulus check. Give me a CCW.
Nice. Yeah.
CCW.
Out here, you just open carry, brother. It doesn't even fucking matter.
Michigan's open carry in Michigan too.
Yeah, Michigan's loose too.
Yep. Not as loose as Indiana. Indiana's like the wild fucking west. They don't give a shit down there. You can do a sale without any background checks and shit, stuff like that.
Well, you still have federal background check, don't you?
Only at a registered gun show.
Oh, you're talking about the loophole where it's a private sale.
Yeah, you can just go to the gun show and say, "Hey, man, I got one out back. Fuck that shit," and just do it behind the doors. I can go buy one tomorrow.
See, I'm not cool with that. I think every sale should be you should go through the federal background check because I don't want any Looney Tunes walking around with an AR. But all that stuff is just common sense, brother. And everybody just gets so goddamn tribal, and they just need to stop.
Common sense gun laws, period.
So, but I still want my fucking AR. Beto, don't try to take my AR, baby. It ain't gonna happen.
Oh, the sale they can't take it. They can only do a volunteer buyback.
Well, they can also try to legislate it away, like the crime bill in what was that 92? That's when that's why I bought my first Glock because it has 17 rounds, and I bought some 34 round mags as well a few months before that went into effect. So that was my first firearm purchase. I think I was 20 years old, and at a gun show.
Well, speaking of the Van Buren County GOP chair, this is Matt Nelson.
Oh, there you go.
That's him.
All right. Let's see what's he got to say. All right, got the talking points. Love it. That's it. You know, hey, but the talking points can also be real, boys. Talking points can be real, sir.
Oh yeah,
Lower taxes, freedom, America.
freedom in America.
I don't got DNA in my body. I got USA.
Oh fuck me.
That's how Trump beat the virus, bro. He
Yeah, I
just
got
came out
that.
and said, "Boom, USA."
He just grunted.
Goddamn right. Remember he came out to Dancing a Macho Man, baby. That was good stuff. That was some good. Yeah.
I call it it's the floss, bro. He does the flossing.
Yeah, you know that move because of all them damn memes.
It's pure gold. I love it, man.
Yeah, it was
I miss
good
him
stuff.
already. I miss him already.
I'm telling you, it's boring. You have to admit it's boring.
Yeah, it is, man. You want to just start off with the CPAC thing? Just kind of jump in there and just have some fun with that one, I guess.
Let's roll.
All right. So I'm just going to introduce it, and I'll say what we're going to talk about today, Dennis. You can say you just do your spiel about the CPAC.
All right. Well, I don't have much of a spiel about CPAC except for Trump, but so you're going to toss it to me. Did you want me to make an intro and then toss it back to you, or run?
No, I'll do the intro. I'll toss it. I was like, here I am with Trumper for Yang, or Trumper for Y T4Y podcast, not Trumper for Yang anymore. I got to remember that.
No,
I just say fucking Dennis. How about that?
I don't work for New York, bro.
Actually, that reminds me. There, at the post edit, I actually put your Twitter handle under your image there. Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool.
We got that going. Okay, cool.
Already got some chats going. Let's check those out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So Hardy actually lives in Indiana.
Which part?
I think he lives about an hour from me, man. About Fort Wayne area, I think he said.
Oh, okay. I spent a few summers in Elkhart, Indiana.
That's about where he is. Not too far from where he is. Yep. Yeah, I'm in Southwest Michigan, so I'm like 30 minutes from South Bend.
Oh, okay.
Elkhart's not too far from there.
South Bend's a shithole country, isn't it? I was just out there last year. So damn, yeah, this place got rough.
Well, there are some rough areas that are hit pretty hard by the economic downturn. That's for damn sure. Mm-hmm. A lot of poverty and violence, man. I ain't gonna lie.
This is true.
And peace not popular there. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he's not.
Where is he popular? I'm ready, brother. You're sure my stuff isn't choppy? It looks choppy on my end, but if you're coming through good,
not
boom.
At all.
All right,
not at all. All right. Bam. What up, Yang Gang? We're back again for a live stream for our news for the Trickle Up show, The Low. And we got here Dennis from T4Y podcast. What up, Dennis?
How's it going, boys? Today?
I'm doing good, man. I appreciate your time first and foremost, man, because we need a little more equal representation, if you will, on this news network here. We need more conservative defense, I guess you'd say, because I come down pretty hard on that shit. And so,
yes, you do.
What are we going to talk about today, Dennis?
Well, I think we're going to talk about the CPAC conference and some very interesting facts that came out of that CPAC conference. Now, I don't care much about what happened over at CPAC, you know, all the buildup and all the extra days and all the fluff and all the garbage, because, you know, I look at that. I'm like, you know, I'm not for party. And so when I watch the DNC crap, I get just as nauseated when I watch, you know, RNC crap. But the main thing I wanted to see was Trumpy. And he came out. He did a good speech. I know that that's not going to sit well here on the Trickle Up, but he did a good speech. And he made 2 points known that we were wondering, those of us that want to kick the Democrats in the teeth. And one is no, the news media reports were false, and that he is not going to start a third party, which would be a stupid idea since he owns the GOP. Why would you start a new party and separate that? And the fact that he definitely is toying with running in 2024. Now, I know that that's going to make you happy. It's going to make you joyous, and it's going to be it's going to be an enjoyable year. So I look forward to getting the gloves off and battling with y'all over on Twitter and pounding the sand.
Yeah. Well, to me, I think it. So first of all, I agree that if I was Trump, it's in my best interest to maintain my stranglehold on the GOP. And if someone wants to challenge them, they got to step out. They got stuff from underneath that umbrella and expose themselves and be a third party runner or primary him. And that's it. And right now he's got like at least 50% approval for the 2024 already. And that wouldn't surprise me if like 30%, no matter what, is Trump, no matter what. And you got other people just like his policies. And for him not running third party, that's a smart move on his part. But him saying and it's just funny, he's doubling down on this stop the steal shit. You know, he said, I think I might, beat him for a third time. You know, I don't know. I just might beat him for a third time. And I
love that line, brother. I know you didn't respond to that to the same way I did, but both me and my wife were busting up saying, damn right, Donnie, you get it.
I was just laughing my ass off. I was like, this motherfucker never quits, man. He has no quit in him. He just doubles down, triples down, quadruple down. I didn't lose. I won. They stole it. And I'm just like, I'm not sure that's a winning strategy, but 4 years is a long ways away too. So this is just fodder bullshit right now for the next 2 years until the midterms. And I think that's where he can prove or disprove his self on can his I'm going to call that his backing of certain candidates flip the House. It's all about the midterms to determine how much clout and power does he really have to make a difference. And then
we'll get back to the important business of the government and impeach Biden, just like they did Trump left and right for everything that he did. So, I think that they will flip the House because they see that the Democrats are already stepping on it. Their failure to get the stimulus checks out, they're backtracking on the $2,000 lie. At first, I was the one saying, "Hey, you guys, come on!" I thought that they meant, the 1,600, the 2,000 less the 4, and then I got bombarded DMs and open Twitter, saying, "No. Here's the stuff that they were running on in Georgia. They were very clear. There was going to be a $2,000 check out the door immediately. That is a verbatim quote from Biden himself, and that was an absolute lie. And so they already backtracked on that." They backtracked on the means testing, saying, "Oh, sure, well, we can negotiate the means testing more." And then you know what? Then we come and we start bombing Syria. It's going to be a nightmare of an administration. It's everything that I warned you guys about, and it's all going to come true. And guess what? The Dems are going to lose it again because the Democrats, the DNC, have complete crap for strategy.
Yeah, I think we're going. It's. I wouldn't be surprised. If it was a slam dunk in either direction, honestly, where it depends on how much vitriol is there still in 2 years for Trump per se. And then it wouldn't surprise me if the Democrats just shot themselves in the foot, which they're clearly doing. And they also abandoned ship on the $15 an hour job, minimum wage guarantee. So Biden's words were, "We need it now." Eventually. Is what he should have said.
Well, the funny thing is, he never included that in the stimulus package talks. So I was surprised to see him slam that in there. And then, look, do we cuss on this? Do we cuss on this stuff, or do you edit that out?
Yeah, baby, let it fly.
Okay. That motherfucker. Okay, so what he did, right? They bullshitted their way to get the two geniuses over there. Towards victory in Georgia, right? Mm-hmm. And so we already know they lied about the dollar amount. I don't remember seeing anything about a $15 federal minimum wage, but they slipped that in the bill knowing that it wasn't going to go through, right? Knowing that it was going to cause a fight, because guess what? The Democrats don't want you to have money because they're backed by corporations just like the other goddamn party. And it's so clear to see this stuff. And to see people up in arms and going, "Oh, this isn't what I voted for." Shut the fuck up. It's exactly what you voted for, and you should have known it from day one. So now, what do you have? You have them sticking a $15 federal minimum wage in there that isn't going to get through. Budget reconciliation. Get the fuck out of here. And then they blame it on the parliamentarian. What did we do when the parliamentarian stepped in our way? We fired his ass and got a new one, and that did what we wanted him to do. But you know what? The Democrats aren't going to do it because they don't want to pass the $15 wage. You guys were played, and the party sucks. Both parties suck. Democrats suck worse.
Yeah, the Democrats suck at wielding power and messaging. But yeah, the $15 an hour, that's something he ran on in the primaries. A little bit. A little
No
bit.
campaign promises. Nothing to stick in a damn stimulus package that's supposed to go out the door immediately.
No, I think that's part of the maybe just like that's their way of pumping the brakes, man. You know, honestly,
Absolutely.
just slow shit down, more talking points, more division, more bullshit propaganda. It's just lazy. And then they got Bernie's like, dude, you say A and you do B, you motherfucker. And if I was Bernie, I'd be upset. Like, what are we doing here? We had this thing. This is a slam dunk through reconciliation, and now you're gonna put all these hurdles in the way. That's gonna make it impossible. It's a talking point. It's a bad idea on their part, and they.
And you know what the DNC says to Bernie? It's the same thing they say to Yang. Shut the fuck up.
Yep. Get out. Get it back. We're the machine.
You try to come at us, we kneecapped your ass. You know, you've been Tulsi'd, you've been yanged. Go play in the corner.
Well, and that's my thing is I agree with the $15 minimum wage raised over 5 years. You know, that's just progressively okay. But you can't do it all in one package, man. Like I'm 100% behind Tulsi's idea of just a 3-page article. My name's Tulsi Gabbard. Page 2, $1,000 or $1,500 a month plus $600 per child or whatever it was. Page 3, sign here. That's how we should be doing shit. Do we agree? Move on. We disagree? We'll talk about it. What do we agree upon? Push it through. I mean, what the fuck? These checks should have been out. Like you said, Biden said, now. We need it now. And shit didn't happen. Here it is, March 1st. It's been 8 weeks. Or 6 weeks, I'm sorry. 6 weeks. Checks aren't even close to being printed. They're still debating. It just got through the House. For crying out loud. It's more tribalism because everything goes between, because Biden's package is popular to the masses of asses, right? It's like 76% approval rating, and yet zero GOP got behind it. Still tribal in that way of give them 0 wins type of thing. And that's not productive either. They're both playing that game. I'm disgusted with it.
I struggle at how it has such a high approval rating in polls when 99.9% of the people don't have any fucking idea what's in it. $1,400 check to me, baby. I approve. We got to look deeper into that because a lot of that shit is prorated out, and it has nothing to do with stimulus. It has nothing to do with getting our economy back going. It goes years out. And look, I'm the crazy conservative, right? I do not mind printing trillions of dollars right now. All right, put us upside down. It's fine. Get out of it later. Right now, we're in an emergency. Okay, we're in a global pandemic, guys. Print the fucking money. Let's make sure everybody is cool, right? And we still have mortgage problems. We still have renter problems that are going to come down the pike, and we're going to have to negotiate our way out of that. You know what's going to happen? The fucking Democrats are going to give a giant kiss to the banks. You think they're going to say, "Oh no, sorry, buddy, you guys got to take a hit on this"? They're not going to tell the banks to take a hit on this. No. So look, we've got a lot of problems coming down the pike, and to be playing with. I know there's a whole bunch of liberals that are going to be watching this, but to be funding Nancy's, shitstorm of a government that she's got going on down there, high taxes and high spending. What happens when you have an economic downturn? People don't work. You're not going to tax them, and you continue high spending. And that's what she wants. That's what she wanted this entire time, and that's why Trump. And I know that you guys probably think that Trump was being an asshole about that, but he didn't want to bail her out. You don't want to bail these high spending cities out. It's difficult to swallow that. And that's one portion of it. A lot of it has nothing to do with anything else. The package is kind of a nightmare, but at this point, I mean, fuck it, send it so people can get money. I mean, there's people that can't afford to live right now. Just whatever, guys. Take the 1.9. Go ahead and give the people a measly 1,400. At least they're going to continue to get unemployment insurance. I think that's through September. And be some PPP for small businesses. So at least there's that. It should be so much of a higher percentage going to bail the people out as opposed to bullshit things in the future.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. But, like you said, this is there's no such thing as a perfect package. They're incompetent. They're not capable of it. Let's just be real, guys. Get our expectations in line with reality. They're not capable of a good package. So this is, again, like, poke in the eye or kick in the nuts situation. We're just going to have to take one of the two and move forward, because we can't do nothing. Doing nothing makes things worse. And that's where we're at, where we have this tribalism continuing, and this theater is standing between us and our tax dollars, stimulating the economy and bailing people out. What I'm worried about is this package is going to go through 1.9 trillion. And then September comes, we're going to have, what I'm worried about is an Obama-like bailout of the banks in September. That's to start the next fiscal year off with a big giant turd, a terrible package.
Guaranteed, it's what's going to happen. You've got to bail them out. Look at there's a mortgage crisis. You're going to kick. Look, this is my wheelhouse when you talk about delinquency, credit risk, and all these types of things. Mm-hmm. The delinquencies and mortgages are astronomical. When you look at the 90 plus, it's ridiculous, and that stuff isn't going to be figured out from now through September. And we're going to have a massive problem, and we're going to go trillions in more debt to bail out the banks, because we're not going to. They're either going to let the people get kicked out of their homes like they did in 08, which I don't think that they're going to do, because the Dems will not want to own that. Right. But they're going to bail out the banks.
They did it in 08.
Mm-hmm. But the Dems are not going to want to own the 2021 mass eviction, mass foreclosure crisis.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Like, how hard is it to give the people the money and they pay their bills and you avoid all that shit? It's too common sense. It really is.
Too common sense.
It really is. It's too common sense. But yeah, guys, let us know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Is Trump and the CPAC and their golden calf statue, is this a good thing for the Republican Party? Is this a good thing for the Democratic Party? Who do you think stands to gain the most in this situation? We know who has the most to lose right now. It's Democrats. They have everything in their control. But in 2024, where do we see this? And where do we think this 2022 midterms, is it going to be a slam dunk in which direction? Because it's not going to be a middle of the road thing. It's going to be a slam dunk one way or another. There's not going to be a lot of wishy-washiness as far as I think it's going to be a slam dunk in one direction or the other. It's either both are going to flip red or blue more. It's just not going to be a wash. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, they're going to flip red. And what does the audience think about, should we then just start impeaching Biden left and right like the Dems did? Fuck it, right? Let's play the game. You're impeached. You're impeached, Biden. You want to bomb Syria? Shit, by then we'll probably be in 5 more wars. So yeah, let's go ahead and impeach him for that.
Well, technically, I think bombing of Syria is unconstitutional. He did not have Congress's approval.
It's unconstitutional, but we have the bill that was passed in 9/11 that gives him the right to do that. And they haven't challenged that. So as long as he's working under the auspices of that bill, the Patriot Act, he's fine. And so, yes, that attack is absolutely unconstitutional. And in fact, his press secretary said the exact same thing in 2017 in a tweet. But that was yelling at Trump. But now it's the same thing. So now she has to circle around to her bullshit in her next press conference to say the exact same thing. But oh no, it's fine this time.
If anybody could do me a favor, if you're good at making memes and graphics, could you put some tap shoes on Nancy Pelosi? That'd be a really cool meme to just put on those shoes and start dancing around that topic they all do it. People on the right glorify Trump for it, and then people on the left glorify Biden for the same thing. And they shit on the other side of the party. It's pathetic. But yeah, Matt here says in the comment section, the GOP has a lot to gain, but the redistricting has a huge impact. Specifically in Michigan, we have a independent panel, so-called, where they have I think it's 4 or 5 Democrats, 4 or 5 registered Republicans, and then 4 or 5 independents / non-party affiliated. Are going to be on a board that redistricts the entire state of Michigan to undo the gerrymandering of the past. And that's specific to Michigan. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, I'm going to talk to him about how he sees the Republican Party moving forward as well for the county in the state. So it's going to be interesting, man. So you guys, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section, and go check out Trumper, of course, his Twitter handle's right there below him. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Post edit.
You just can't get that damn T4Y podcast, can you? You're still stuck on that Trumper for Yang.
Did I say Trumper for Yang again? Okay. I'll do that over.
I'm just fucking around, brother. It's all good.
But yeah, guys. So thanks for joining us. See you guys next time. And like always, Yang gang. Sorry, Dennis. All right. So then I think we should really talk about the Syria thing, because him releasing the what's it called? Declassifying it, I think it said. What the hell does that say?
Are you talking about Khashoggi?
Yeah, the MBS. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Saudi for, massacre, whatnot, chopping up a person. Let's see here. Yeah, hey, you got some people in here. Vaughn says T4Y, baby. Vaughn. Oh yeah, and Gary, Indiana is doing a UBI pilot. I'm gonna definitely look into that.
I
Gary,
did not know
Indiana.
that.
Yeah, that's new. $500 a month for 2 years, I think it is, but it's only for 1,200 families. So it's definitely targeted. But Gary's barely got 1,200 people. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Gary's in shambles, man. Like, that's the home of Michael Jackson, and that place. I'm a Michael Jackson fan, brother. I'm from here, man.
It's like, what the fuck's that have to do with stimulus, bro? Except I don't want to go there.
Whoa, stimulation. But you're drinking. I have to be careful.
That's strong coffee, brother.
Yeah. Don't want that on your camera lens. Oh yeah. Thanks, Hardy Hat. 125 people, $500 a month for 1 year.
For 1 year. That sucks. 2 years would be better, because then you get that whole thing where you can plan a little bit better, Yeah. But hey, it is what it is, because you're only going to get positive feedback from that. Everybody would love an extra $500. But
it could get additional funding. They see positive results.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Just get it out there, start it, and then
who's funding it? Is it the state? Is it the county? Is it the city? I mean, where's the money coming from?
I got to look into that one myself, because Hardy Hat lives in Indiana. He brought it up last night in my live stream, so I'm gonna look in. Actually, let me write that shit down. Gary, Indiana pilot.
Yeah, because these pilots are good, because it's not going to give any useful data. I mean, it's just not. They're all bullshit. What it gives is it's just pure advertisement, baby. Every time I hear a new one is put into place, I just see a big fat UBI commercial. I'm like, beautiful. Keep talking about it. Just keep talking about it. Especially with Andrew over in New York, he's not going to be talking about UBI anymore. So we need, we need some extra commercials.
No, and I think the biggest gain we're having UBI is going to be the governors for a basic income are going to be one that keeps that message going. Of course, I still nominate Scott Santens to be the lobbyist for the people's UBI. Like, he should be walking the floors of Congress. We should double his Patreon, man, to get him down there and lobbying the shit out of those people, man. I know he has no interest in that, but
you sure he doesn't have any interest in that?
I don't think so. He likes New Orleans, man.
Yeah, no, I know he does.
He likes NOLA, man. He really does. He goes, private donors and businesses make up a large part of it. Yeah, I could see that. There's money everywhere, just not in right hands. But yeah, so we'll go over this. I don't know, man. You said something in your DM about what you wanted to talk about too, though. What was that you said?
Well, you know me, I'm always willing to talk about war, brother. There hasn't been much to talk about under Trump, but there's plenty to talk about in the first few days here of Biden. Yeah,
and I'm with you on the anti-war shit, man. It's not a good cost analysis or cost benefit. There is no benefit.
Well, he already killed. He murdered tens of people, dude. I mean, the last time I checked, it was the body count was 23. I don't know where it stands now, but I'm sure they're still picking through the limbs. It's fucked up. There's no reason for it.
Well, let's get into that, because I'm really just not understanding what the hell is going on. Honestly, it's ridiculous. All right, you ready? We're gonna jump back into another one.
All right, let me clear something. Go for it.
Yep. All right. What up, Yang Gang? Welcome back. Now we're back with Dennis from T4Y podcast. And we're going to be talking about the Middle East, man. We got a lot of shitstorms going on over there. And Biden, within his first 100 days, checks, not yet. Bombs, shortly ahead. So we bombed Syria because of something that happened in Iran, they think so. It's like, what the hell's going on over there? You would on this one. I don't fucking know, man.
Well, yeah, it's like I was telling everybody, very quickly after Biden is elected, we're going to start dropping bombs on people, and it's exactly what we've been doing now, and it's not going to stop. So what he blamed was something earlier in the month, 30 days ago, that happened in Iraq, that what they call Iranian-backed militia group, right? Just a very generic term, easy as hell. Then you can just blame anybody, right? And it injured, I believe it injured a contractor and it killed one other person. And so that was a month ago. And so they took that as justification to then attack in Syria a similar Iranian-backed group. Now, there's so many different implications to this because the Middle East is always sticky, right? And that's something that we can all agree on. But we don't want to get into Trump's, three peace deals or anything like that. But let's keep Trump out of it. Let's go ahead and talk about bloody Biden, right? Ooh,
no. Let's be real.
I like that.
Trump had two opportunities with, almost legitimate justification to flex with North Korea. And he passed on that shit. He called him Rocket Man and stuff, but he talked himself out of it. And the big one was Iran. Michael Bolton was biting at the bit to start some shit. And he says, you know what? I'm going to pass. I'll give him credit for those two moments where he backed down and says, you know what? I'm not trying to start a war. And he just left it at that, which I give him credit for. I said it here, folks.
Well, you see, he never intended to go to war with North Korea, right? No, he knows North Korea is the little toddler in the corner that's been a thorn in our side for so many years. But he realized there's no reason for them to be a thorn in the side. So he says, "Hey, you know what, little Rocket Man?" And guess what, little Rocket Man did? Oh shit! Okay, this guy's not playing around, and that's exactly what he intended. It's exactly what he did. So that was a great thing that happened. The peace deals in the past months here in the Middle East, fantastic developments, and those are all going to go now by the wayside because Biden is trumpeting that he wants to go back in with the Iran deal, right? The Iran nuke deal, which is a terrible deal. It's a terrible deal. We're basically paying them to put off building a nuclear weapon. How about we flex our muscle and we say, if you build a nuclear weapon, we are going to blow the fuck out of you. That's a nuke deal. So now he's picking a fight with Iran. Does he not want to sign that? Does he think that it is a bad deal and he can't afford to agree with Trump? And at the same time, he's now going to the other side of the Muslim empire and he's sticking his finger in the eye of Saudi Arabia. He declassifies a very non-specific study, right, from the deep state. That said that, yeah, MBS probably did it because MBS is in charge. That's it. There's no fucking smoke.
But don't they have like recorded conversations?
There's no smoking gun. Do you have
Egypt has audio tapes. They had bugged their embassy.
Do you have the story that you can pull up that actually has the actual, not transcripts, but the actual wording from our I don't know if it's CIA or state, but it says that we have come to the conclusion that he is responsible because he is in control. That's it. There's no smoking gun, and that's why Trump didn't declassify that, because it's a bullshit hyperbolic report that didn't directly point the finger at who's to blame. Now, look, we all know MBS did it, right? And we all know that he called for action. And but this is geopolitical politics, right? We can't just say, "Oh, okay, fuck that guy, he did it." But now Biden releases that and then tries to be the good guy and say, "We're not going to put any sanctions on MBS." I mean, the whole thing is a clusterfuck. I don't know what the end game is, but I also know that Biden isn't making all these decisions. It's the I don't want to keep saying deep state. That scares Democrats off. It's the permanent bureaucracy.
It's the machine, man.
It's the permanent bureaucracy. So, you know, are we setting up to go to war with Iran? Are we setting up to? Is he fighting with Saudi Arabia now so we can pull back from Yemen? Why doesn't he just man up and pull back from Yemen? That's what I would do tomorrow. And the only reason Trump didn't do that is because Trump loves money. He loves the damn arms deal and deals that he was doing with Saudi Arabia. You know, it's everything is so damn dirty, and Trump certainly wasn't perfect. But you know what? He didn't start any new goddamn wars, and Biden's already done it in 40 fucking days.
But he did arm them with a shit ton of weapons. That's just another way of continuing a war. Not directly, it's indirect participation, you know, with arming them.
Well, if you're talking about Saudi Arabia, they would have just gotten the stuff from Russia or from China.
Yeah, but I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck all that shit, man. Again, it's dirty. They all fucking do it, man. I just don't like the idea of us bombing in a different country. Bombing civilians. That's domestic terrorism internationally. I've been like that. I've been consistent. Us bombing another country, they don't even know what the fuck's going on. They're out there eating goddamn peach cobbler. And then next thing you know, kablooey. And we don't know who the innocent people are that are getting shrapnel stuck in their ass. But here we go. We're bombing in a different country for something we think that someone did over there. Like, you cannot justify that in my eyes. No matter what spin you put on it, you cannot justify it. When we're in the middle of peace talks with Iran, trying to get back into a nuclear deal, go back to Obama, turn back the damn clock again. It is what it is. That's their goal. And now we're gonna let's talk about passive aggressive bullshit. We think you did something. Watch this, bro. Boom. Is this you? Like, you can't go into a peace talk and you got to flex. Hey, you pull some bullshit like that you did a minute ago, you're lucky it's only one person died and one person injured. Because we're going to bring the freaking thunder next time, bitch. You know, like, you have to take control in that way, in my eyes. And I'm not default to authority of intimidation, but you're in peace talks, and if they have any evidence, then you just bring it to the table of them behind closed doors and say, listen, we know what you're doing. Enough. Or we're out, and then it's fair game. So I don't know, man. I don't like this geopolitics. It's very, very frustrating for me to watch it happen again.
Well,
it's the same thing, man.
But your approach is right, you know, and it's not that you don't necessarily even need to come to the table. You pick up the goddamn phone. Right. I mean, you think Trump was out there meeting with MBS all this time and keeping everybody. Yeah. You know, it's very easy to do when you're the biggest boy in the room. And I don't want to be throwing our weight around. But you know what? If we can throw our weight around and stop fighting, that's a good thing. And get our fucking people out of the Middle East. We don't need all these damn bases. Get them the fuck out. How's China doing? China's doing fine on the global stage. They don't have bases everywhere. Japan, Germany, Russia, you name it. Where's Italy's bases? We don't need to have all these damn bases, and we're wasting all of our money, and we're killing people. We need to stop. And we can pull all of our money out of these foreign damn conflicts. Stop fucking around. But then, with that said, that means that we need to keep the Keystone pipeline open. Right. And that's probably going to run afoul with many people on this stream here. But it's something that we have to do, because to do this, we need to stay energy independent, or we're going to need to go take over Venezuela or something. If we want to steal oil, we can either steal oil or we can pump oil. I'd rather pump oil, bring our boys and girls back, and not kill people. Pretty fucking easy.
Yeah, I have a problem with the pipeline just because of the economic or the environmental fallout, and their we don't hold them accountable when the shit goes south like they truly should be. Deregulation makes us pay for their profit, pay for their what do you want to say, that it pays for their mistakes. You know, proper regulation makes it expensive for them. It hurts their bottom line. That's how you incentivize companies to keep things on the up and up and have better regulations as far as like the oil pipeline, man. You just got to have some better systems. They just had another line leak into, I think it was San Francisco Bay. A couple of thousand gallons of oil leaked into the harbor. You see this huge slick from overhead. You're like, Christ, that's going to kill some shit, you know?
Pelosi will just get billions of dollars from Biden to clean that shit up. It's fine.
Oh, man. But yeah, so I have a problem with the pipeline being shoved down people's throats. They tried to go through a Native American reserve, and luckily they had to reroute it at what's that called? Standing Rock, right? They had to reroute it around Standing Rock, but they're still doing some, Tom bullshittery around the edges there. But yeah, I agree that we do need to get some energy independence, but we're not even close. Like, we're not close.
We're energy independent.
No, we're still buying oil from over there.
We're exporting. I mean, we're energy, and if you include the nat gas and the fracking and our oil reserves, we are independent. We don't need to buy from overseas. We're good.
But
and well, we have the resources. And dude, I just can't pull it up on my system. My system is lagging too much. But okay. Yeah, no, we are energy independent. We don't need the Middle East. We don't need Venezuela, which is why I don't understand why Trump tried to do a coup by tweet against Venezuela. It was the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. But like I said, there's nobody's perfect, and Trump didn't do everything perfect. That was one asinine thing that he did. But it is what it is. No,
but I 100% agree with the military bases. For every dollar you spend, this is a Mattis quote from the book Rage. I like that book, actually. Mattis is unfiltered. Like, he just says like it is. I can respect that. And like the conversation Trump had with him about with Bob Woodward about Korea, he goes, Bob, we came close. I mean, we really it came close. Now, I don't know if that's him just bullshitting Bob Woodward, which is possible, but that was a scary situation. It's scarier than we even thought it was. And then he talked about the oil demand and all that stuff in the book. What the hell was it? It was about shit. Thank you to editing. I'm gonna have to edit this part out. I can't remember what the fuck I was gonna say now. Anyway, but yeah, oil independence. So, yeah, that's what it is. For every dollar you spend in diplomacy, you save $10 in military spending. When it comes right down to it, you're saving lives by sending diplomats instead of soldiers with guns. We shouldn't be strong arming people with AKs in their face or whatever the hell they use, M14s, M16s. And but like you're saying, they don't have to come to the table. You send a diplomat. I'm here on behalf of the United States. Pull that bullshit again, pal. It's gonna hurt. Do you really want to put your people through that? We don't. We're here in a good faith gesture. So we could have came with a little nugget and just dropped it on your heads. But yeah, I don't know, man. We need. I would definitely like to see us close some bases around the country, around the world, because how many we got? Like, we got one in every country except for like 17. I think I heard the number. Like, every country but like 17 countries has a base on it.
Yeah, all of our sworn enemies, the axis of evil, right? Venezuela, the North Koreas, it's so stupid and that's why they're our enemies, and that's why we need to stop making the world our fucking our sand plot. Quit playing around, bring them back.
What do you call that? What do you call that? Shit. We can't be a presence everywhere. That's what
we don't need to be.
No, that's what Rome did. And guess what happened to Rome? They imploded. Got too big for their britches. Stick to your own spot here and take care of business here, and then inspire others to copy you. Copy your success. Be successful. We're not successful fucking around in the middle of goddamn nowhere. I mean, it doesn't make any sense for $780 billion a year. The only way to justify that budget is to start a war.
And
pick a fight. And that's what we're picking a fight, man. I'm a veteran, but I'm anti fucking war, man. This is enough. I've seen enough. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So we've got the Trump's mistake. Excuse me. Trump's mistake also was not holding MBS accountable for Khashoggi's assassination, chopping him up. I mean, for God's sakes, they had audio of him chopping him up. Nothing happens without him. We, like you said, we all know the evidence is hard to find, but come on now. You can't just be over there and say, here's some guns. What the hell is $500 billion in guns or whatever the hell it was? You know, it's a lot of guns. It's a lot of guns, you know.
They're beautiful. They're huge.
Huge guns. Biggest guns.
But you can't blame what's a de facto head of state. He's not the real head of state, but you can't blame the de facto head of state on a hunch. And we don't have any smoking gun. We don't have the hard evidence, and that's why Trump did not declassify that. It boggles my mind why it, and I've been thinking about this a lot, why Biden did declassify and then did nothing. If he declassified and acted on it, then of course that's what he wanted to do, but he declassified and then cowered. And I think that that's just a setup for something down the road. Like I said, it's either a way to get us off of the Yemen thing, or it's going to get us into a broader conflict with Saudi Arabia and with their proxies. And just stay the fuck out of it. God, you know, we had a president that was a non-war president. He spoke out against the military industrial complex constantly. I understand he inflated the budget, build back the military. He didn't need to build back the goddamn military. What the fuck is that? But he didn't flex, he didn't use it, and he didn't kill people. And he pulled people out. He was talking about pulling the rest out. He was in talks with the Taliban, the dreaded Taliban that Obama, he refused to do. But Trump did it and said, you know what? We're going to get out of it. Taliban, have it. Have the shit show over there. We can't continue to spill blood trying to fix your whole weird religion shit you got going on over there. Already pulled out of Afghanistan. He was very honest in saying, we're going to take the oil, which is pretty fucked up. But at least, you know, he's honest, right? And so we left a skeleton crew there to take the oil. And we're going to pull out of Iraq, and that's what we should be doing. But you know what? We're going to flood the bodies right back under a gangster Biden.
But he also abandoned Syria without letting all of our allies know. That's one of the big
Kurds.
Fuck the Kurds, not me. I'm not fucked with the Kurds. Yeah. We can't. He pulled the rug out from underneath the entire district. I mean, again, he's doing shit that I didn't like. Biden's doing shit that's destabilizing the Middle East. Again, it should be none of our fucking business. Get the hell out of there. It's not our fight to pick, man. It's not we should be the referee either. Now I understand Palestinians are being fucking slaughtered. That's a NATO thing. Human rights violations. What do you call it? Geneva Convention stuff. Let the world assess, not us picking sides. I don't know, man. I need to learn more about the Middle East too. I don't know enough, but I know that much that they're just picking each other off. It just doesn't make any sense, man.
Yeah, the Palestinian-Israel thing is a deeper topic, but to go back to the Kurds, I'm gonna offer you some pushback. That was Mick bullshit. Military industrial complex talking points bullshit. Since Trump got into office, he was saying, I'm going to pull out of Syria as soon as we destroy ISIS, right? I'm going to work with Putin because he's my boyfriend. Everybody knows that we all work together. I'm a Manchurian candidate, you fucking idiots. But anyway, he's turned out to be complete bullshit. Everybody was lied to anyway. So he worked with Putin and he dropped all the bombs. So whenever you see that study that says, oh yeah, Trump's not a warmonger, he dropped more bombs than Obama, and Obama dropped more bombs than all the other former presidents combined. Yeah, Trump did drop more bombs. He dropped them in Syria to destroy ISIS. Killed ISIS. ISIS got destroyed. Russia did the lion's share of that work, but we did a lot. And so we destroyed them and we pulled out. Everybody knew we were going to pull out. The Kurds, all of that, these are all tribal warfare that go back hundreds and more of years. So we did not abandon our baby ally, the Kurds. The Kurds are just another faction in religious holy bullshit wars. So they knew that we were going to pull out. And there was no, you saw all the retired generals come on CNN and say, everybody grab your Kurd. Everybody loves the Kurds. Oh, we can't abandon our allies, the Kurds. What is this? This is terrible. Fuck you. It's not terrible. We're pulling out of a war zone.
But are you naive enough to think that we actually destroyed ISIS?
I am naive enough to actually think that we destroyed the caliphate of ISIS and patrolled on the ground by Bashar al-Assad. Yes, the formal ISIS caliphate was destroyed. Are there still some pissed off guys in little mud huts with AKs? Goddamn! With Putin's, it's not even with Putin's help. Putin did it with our help. So Putin doesn't, in this country, Putin doesn't get the credit he deserves with all of the fighting that they did in Syria to rid Syria of ISIS. But yes, the ISIS caliphate was destroyed. Now it's up to Syria to manage that. And and if we're worried about the continued proliferation of ISIS, we can manage that shit with drones. We don't need to be over there with a base and all this kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
But yes, the ISIS caliphate was destroyed.
The superficial, what you see is what you get, though, man. That shit is never gonna stop. Al Qaeda, ISIS, El Qaddafi. I don't know all the fucking names anymore, man.
Al Qaddafi.
I can't keep track of all the names, but it's
just God.
What?
As long as there's God, bro, people are going to kill themselves, and we can't take God out of them. It's not something that we should do. It's not something that we can do. So you know what? Get the fuck out.
It's none of our business.
What?
It's none of our business.
It's none of our business.
No.
I mean, if there's a humanitarian, crisis, if people are, of course you step in and you handle business. But it's God's weird stuff, man. And, it's hard to put us into, it's hard for us to empathize with that lifestyle. And, it is what it is. Look, you either decide to go over there and fuck everybody up and change the way they live, right? No more of this crap. Don't go beating women because they show their ankle, for Christ's sakes, or back the fuck off. Let them live their lives how they want to or how they're going to. Those are the two choices. You don't put one toe in the water and sit there and kill every once in a while. It's stupid.
Yeah, I just don't like us interfering in other people's business. And like you're saying, humanitarian aids, I hate the women. They need help. Let's be real. But again, it's not our place. They have to, their society and culture has to evolve at their own pace, unfortunately. Because if not, what are we gonna do? Murder everyone that doesn't agree with us? I just don't like. It's. There's got to be a better way. I don't have all the answers. There's just got to be a better way of, let your women show their ankles, or we're gonna blow up your village. Like, it just can't be that cut and dry. And there's much more diplomatic ways of doing it. Also, not being what they fear us to be, a death from above. That's all we are. We're that plane that flies overhead and just a kaboom. Like we just can't be that, man. And that's what we are. We can't continue to be that thing. Fighting from over the horizon with a drone, just dropping bombs, man. And blowing up hospitals and fucking villages and schools as collateral damage, man. I'm not okay with that shit. I don't give a fuck who's in charge. That shit is gross and it's inhumane. It's a war crime. That's all of it is a war crime as far as I'm concerned. I'm done with the military industrial complex. Bring our fucking people home. Secure our own goddamn borders with people, not with a fucking fence. That's dumb.
Fuck. Here we go.
No, I'm serious. We can put people and technology. We have drones that can bomb motherfuckers. We have drones that can. We have a satellite that can zoom in on your mailbox. You tell me they can't catch motherfuckers walking across the street? Get out of here, that bullshit. Put some resources on the border, north and south, and the ports. If you want to truly control, that's what you gotta do. We gotta have a secure border, not a moat with gators and shit or whatever. He's so funny.
He never fucking said that. He never said that, bro. He did not.
I know. I'm
sensationalist bullshit. Okay. You never know. When you're dealing with Democrats, brother, you never fucking know. You never know what you guys believe.
It is funny.
It's hilarious. But nothing can make a Democrat hate the word wall more than having Trump say build that wall. There's nothing wrong with having a secure border. I mean, Jesus Christ, we have a secure border already. I grew up in LA. We used to go down to Tijuana
Ew.
all the time because the drinking age was 18, so we would go down
4.
there all the time. So there's already a wall. It was more of a tall, thick fence, but it's not a big deal to build to have border security, to have a physical barrier. It's not that big of a deal, but it's extremely effective. And to find that out, talk to the border patrol agents, talk to the people that actually do it for a living, and not stand back and talk politics.
No, but I'm saying is there are much more technologically advanced, efficient ways of manning a border than building a barrier of some sort, like a concrete barrier. We should have outposts, maybe, and some sensors and drones and cameras. If we can't catch Bigfoot, we can catch a motherfucker walking across the goddamn mountain, right? So we got to catch a bunch of little feet.
I know, but look, I've seen this with my own eyes. I mean, several times. What happened when you go down there? You get 50 people that literally jump the fence and all run into San Diego, into Escondido. They just run, And it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to have the border patrol down there is all in these little green cars and green trucks. So you're going to have all these little green cars and green trucks following all these bodies around. Just build a little fucking wall. It's not that big of a deal. It got so politicized, and then yes, of course, you've watched it with drones and cameras or whatever, and that reduces costs. I mean, if you were a business owner and it was your job to try to stop illegal immigration, would you upfront invest in something that would pay you dividends in the future? I sure as hell would. And if you can have less bodies running around in little green trucks trying to chase people, do it. It's a wall. It's not a racist wall. It's just a wall. It doesn't have orange skin. It doesn't have silly blonde hair. It's just a fucking wall, people.
But then why isn't there one up north?
Because Canadians have a successful country and they're not falling over themselves to flee their economy and jump into ours.
So it's an economic crisis.
And there's also another answer with that, because we get involved in Central America. God, you're going to get me off on this shit, man. We go down there and we fuck with governments.
I'm going to edit part of this shit out. I mean, it's too long.
Okay. Then I'll just go off and bitch. All right. We fuck with Central America, right? We overthrow we do regime change shit down there. Exactly. And everything is all chaos. And so people, they want to flee what we fucked up. And then we say, oh, brown people, get the fuck out of here, you poor bastards. Like, what? Then don't interfere in their goddamn country.
Yeah, we're creating a crisis.
Absolutely, everything is so fucked up, dude. But
look at Colombia. Colombia took in 100% refugees. They didn't put a cap on it, man. So again,
who wants to go to Colombia?
No, but here's the difference, though. There's a difference between illegal border crossing and then seeking asylum.
Mm-hmm.
I got no problem with asylum seekers. I got a problem with illegal border crossing. It is what it is.
Right.
So that's the distinction, right? So I don't know, man. We're not going to solve it all in one day, but damn it, we got to make moves in the right direction. And to me, like you said, all this is avoidable if we stop fucking with Argentina and Venezuela and Brazil and whoever else we want to fuck with, Guatemala and Honduras and Cuba, Bay of Pigs. We've been doing it forever.
It's a long list if you go back 30 years, bro. Just in Central and South America alone, it's fucked up.
The racer here says Panama. Yeah, dude, we've been doing some jacked up shit in the Middle East or Central America. We create a crisis and we profit off the problems. Yay!
Right.
It's pathetic. Anyway.
And that's why you don't have Canadians coming down, because we didn't go and, I don't know, fuck up the Eskimos' government to the point where they're starving and they have no economy, and then they go through Canada to raid our northern border. It's just, it's just not a thing.
That'd be a hell of a walk from up there to down here. Boy, a lot of bears in the way.
Cross-country skiing, brother. It'd be fun. Much less fun, much more fun than the trek from Colombia up to the southern border.
What do you call that thing? Idiot rod? Idiot ride, the sledding thing, or they
Oh, I did a rod. Yeah,
I
yeah.
did a rod. I call it
There
the
you
idiot
go.
rod. I don't know.
Get them mushy mush dogs.
Yeah. I don't know how to end this. So let us know what you guys think about this in the comment section, man. It's a sloppy mess. It's very complicated. I'll admit I don't know enough about all of it because there's just too much, man. I got shit to do, so I just can't study this shit all day long. That's why I bring Trump around here. He has a little more understanding and a different point of view, which we need to have. I want to have more people like Trump around here that are more conservative to have some pushback, man. The Democrats are not innocent. Joe Biden is starting some shit again. Fuck that hat. But but I still love Dennis for coming on here and at least being honest about it from his own point of view. And we agree to disagree on many things. But we still all want the best things. We're both humanists. When it comes right down, we're both anti-war for the same reasons. Humanism. Take care of people. I'll support a policy that helps people. If he supports it, cool. As long as we help people and keep people safe, and don't start no damn wars, man. If Joe Biden starts war, I swear to God, and I'm an atheist, so that's pointless.
Get ready to swear to God,
man. If I'm serious, I'm really, I can't say I'm disappointed or surprised. I'm just like, damn, 6 weeks. Damn.
Faster than I thought. But yeah, so hey, that's good on that. He bypassed expectations of mine. Very good, bud.
Again, we dropped the bomb quicker than checks. That's the whole soundbite right there. Bombs before checks. What the fuck? That's how you lose a midterm. It's just that simple.
But the bombs were they were diverse. So everybody, it's they have the rainbow flags and all of the things that Democrats love. They love all the social issues that they have everybody at each other's throats here in the States. But look at that. Black Lives Matter. They hate you. Boom. There goes another country. It's all fucked up, man.
It's a distraction.
Yes.
Smoke and mirrors, man.
Yes.
Look at the social issue while we rob you with the other hand. Look at a social issue while we bomb a fucking country.
Yes.
Look at a social issue while we don't do what we promised. $2,000. You already got your $600 check. It was not a down payment. That bullshit Main Street media talking point is garbage. That's why we do independent media, to call them all fucking liars and bullshit. They all suck. I won't say equally, but equally. They all suck in one way or another. Just for different reasons sometimes, man. But yeah, guys, let us know what you guys think about that in the comment section. That was a fun one. And guys, you got any big interviews coming up on your channel, Dennis, that you can talk about?
I'm talking to BG on the scene. He's the I don't know if you saw my Jeremy Lee Quinn interview. He's the guy that left-wing guy. You would like him.
The reporter that went inside the Capitol?
Yeah, so he was inside the Capitol reporting, and so that was really interesting. Yeah, that's actually a funny story because Brett Weinstein interviewed him, and hundreds of thousands of views, of course. And so I call up Brett and said, "Look, your interviews can get confusing, and what was said in that interview, there was some important shit. Do you mind if I take your video, cut it up, and do some digestible tidbits of it?" He said, "Sure." And I said, "You know what? Why don't I just reach out to Jeremy and see if he'll come on?" And so I reached out, and he was cool enough to come on, and I was actually on his podcast last week too.
Nice.
But yeah, there's a whole story there about the stupid Capitol building raid, right? But I digress. I'm sorry. I'm going to be speaking with BG on the scene. He's another guy that goes. He was in the Capitol building also, and you'll see a lot of his footage. You saw it at the impeachment trial where you see his BG on the scene. He puts that on all of his videos, and he was right there, baby, on right there in Statuary Hall where everybody was going against the Capitol police officers, kind of pushing them back, not violent, but they were pushing them back. He was right there. So I'm going to be speaking with him. That should be coming up in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, other than that, I don't know what I'm going to be doing with my channel, man. I don't know if I like interviewing interesting people, but to to keep talking UBI and all of that when Andrew's doing his thing in New York, I don't know, man. I'm feeling a bit deflated with it.
Yeah, I'm not as enthusiastic about doing it every day. It's just not possible. That's why I like doing stuff like this, just current events, and call both sides out for the bullshit, and individuals on both sides of the aisle. They're just playing stupid ass games with our lives and our money. That's why independent media has to exist.
Yeah.
So I just want to compete, outwork these motherfuckers. They got all the money and the resources behind them, but we got good opinions too, as far as I'm concerned, on both sides. So I hope we can compete with these some bitches.
That's what I always thought. I always thought that it'll be easier, right? Just jump on YouTube, you have some good ideas, and you bitch into your mic, right? And you get a following, but you have that algorithm, and all of a sudden it turns out that these corporations are just as dirty as you fucking thought, and so they're going to throttle the little voices, and they're going to continue to pump up the larger voices, and is that our mainstream media. That's not a fear that it dies. It will. But my fear is that the mainstream media will fall off the cable channels and enter YouTube. And so that's going to be our problem. So the little guy's voice is always going to remain the little guy's voice, and the bullshit mainstream media narrative will remain.
We just got to become the bigger voice there first. Like TYT had it right. Stupid ass name, but they had it right. The Hill, they had financial backers. They made The Rising. They hired 2 well-known, very well-spoken pundits. Smart move on their part. But I want to do it organically, man. Like, we're down here on a low with everyday people that have just as much information. We just don't have writers and editors and da-da-da-da-da-da yet. But that's my whole goal, man. We have to beat them at their own game. And like you said, they throttle the shit out of anything. When I say fuck this and fuck that, they always throttle me. It's okay. We're not monetized here yet anyway, so I let the fucks fly. But like, I look at our analytics on this channel here. It's like 80% social media traffic. That's it. Twitter and Facebook. That's it.
Yep.
And that's
not recommended. And yeah, I mean, this is going into the weeds of YouTube that most people don't understand. But yeah, you can pull up your analytics and see where your traffic is driven from, and it's mostly Twitter. And then look at what Twitter's done. Twitter's throttled in the past few weeks. They have purposefully kinked the algorithm, so politics isn't as pervasive, which is probably a good thing. But it sure as hell slowed down my traffic on Twitter. And that's like I said, when you just keep getting pushed back by the corporations. I mean, I hate to sound like a defeatist, but good God, man. I mean, what are you going to do? And then you get to the point where you're fighting for something that counts, let's say Andrew Yang UBI, and then Andrew Yang goes off to New York. You fight for something that counts, and then you have left fighting with right. When we shouldn't be fighting with each other, we should be fighting for proper policy. So even when you breach that divide, it's always a fucking fight. It almost makes you just want to go fishing and say, fuck all y'all.
Yeah. That's where they make it as hard as possible to deter any detractors. I don't give a fuck. I got kids that are leaving my home in a year and a half. I'm free to do whatever the hell I want. I can live off $1,000. I can live off $1,200 a month. I don't need a lot of money.
Yeah.
So as soon as I'm done with my kids, I'm going to be doing whatever the fuck I want to an extent, so I'm here to buck the system. I don't give a shit. I don't need a lot of money. Throttle my ass. I don't care. I'll be known for being throttled then. I don't care. That's all I would. Yeah, throttle up, bitch. No shit, man. Oh god, that's actually a very funny fucking talking point. The throttle up.
Yeah.
God damn. They that's what they do though. The machine is there to chew this shit up. They want to disincentivize us from doing this. That's why we got to do shit as organic and real.
Yeah, And it's funny when I started making videos about Antifa and all that, and I'm interviewing the reporters that are on the ground with Antifa and all this stuff. When I first got into that, I mean, I actually started to get my first, multi-thousand view videos, and so, but they're demonetizing them. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. What do you make off of YouTube? You don't make shit off of YouTube, even if you get several thousand, views on a video. So I didn't give a shit. But then the trajectory on one was going really hot, really fast, right? I mean, really fast, faster. Yeah, faster than anyone I've seen. And of course, it was demonetized. And so I challenged it. So it says, do you want a manual review? Which actually makes a human come and review it. They manually reviewed it at like 11:30 p.m. that night. And they fucking throttled that video. I'll show you the graph. It's hilarious. It was totally on the upswing, had tons of views.
Did you do a video on that too?
What's that?
Did you do a video on that?
I was going to, but...
Oh, I saw you do one.
You probably just saw me bitching about it, but I didn't make a video dedicated to it because I wanted to. But then, and that's where the self-censorship comes in, And...
What's it worth to you?
Yeah, I'm all about non-censorship. I think everybody should be able to say everything they want, no matter how fucked up it is, right? I mean, get everybody talking all their nonsense shit everywhere, and we can all be grown-ups with IQs and say, okay, that guy's full of shit. That guy's full of shit. Okay, that girl's saying some shit that makes sense. That's what we can do as adults in this country, and not try to shut everybody up. But it's a brave new world, brother, and I think.
I know damn well I'm gonna get some pushback and say, you fucking have Trumper come on there and run his goddamn mouth. You let him, you didn't blah 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 blah. Man, fuck all that shit, guys. That's not what I'm here for.
Yeah,
you want hilarious. That shit? Go to the Young Turks.
It's hilarious. The racist Trumper for Yang. Fuck you.
It's just, do you want a diverse opinion or not? If that's what you're here for, stick around. If you want to hear the same old echo chamber, take your ass to cable news. I'm going to bring on lots of people from lots of different points of view as I can. There's a young lady that's one of those Rose Twitter people. She's still like, I am a socialist. I was like, really? Well, do you like coming on? That'd be fun. And just break that shit down and push back respectfully and say, this is why I don't agree with you. That's it. I don't hate you. I don't hate her. She's thinking about it, she says. I was like, that's cool. Think about it, man. Guess what? We're going to keep on going with or without you. We're going to keep on making shit. It's just, if that's what you want, go find it somewhere else. It ain't going to be here, man. We're here for that diversity of thought, for diversity of I'm going to say, not propaganda, but we're anti-propaganda. I'm tired of that shit, man. That's why I joked about that alligator thing, because they tried to say he literally said that. Like, for real. I'm not sure if you saw that video, guys. There's someone actually doctored some shit up, and it tried to get him to say that we should put a moat with alligators in it. For real. It literally, like, deep fakes, man. It's for real. Like, and so I see that, and I just laugh. I'm like, well, somebody put a lot of time and effort into that. They got a view out of me. That's cool. But I ain't gonna buy the fucking t-shirt, like it's not happening, man. But yeah, dude, we've got a lot of challenging stuff coming up, and we man, it's out of my hands, out of our hands. Like, they're gonna do what they're gonna do now. They've got control, and all we can do is complain, I guess. I don't know. We gotta hold them accountable. But again, like I said, don't send checks and start a war. That's how you lose midterms. Period.
Yep.
So they're not. We're gonna have another stale 4 years of nothing changing, which is exactly what Biden promised. Nothing's really gonna change.
Hashtag impeach Biden 2022.
Fuck. How about just term limits for everyone? Piss off. We need a new line of new blood, man.
You see, term limits is interesting because what if you get somebody that you really like? I got
a fix for that.
Go.
Post, what do we call it? Like post rotation mentorship and leadership, and on the board. What do you call it? The committee members. You get to become like a senior committee member for an extended period because you've done a good job, and that gets voted about by the body, right? So if you're doing a good job, let's say you like ABC, and this man or woman does a good job for, let's say the terms would be 16 years, you're out. After 16 years, you've done what you can on that side of the aisle. Well, now you got to go into a leadership position and maybe mentor the next generation for 4 years and walk them through their freshman year, and be a mentor at a reduced rate.
Well, who's going to do that if you're no longer a member of Congress? You're a committee member when you can go off onto a board and earn a whole shit ton of money, especially at a reduced rate and with no power.
Well, that's the thing too. We got to close that revolving door of lobbyists to Congress to lobbyists to public speaking ventures, and you can make $1 billion after you're president, like Clinton's and fucking Bush, and Trump will too. I'm sure Trump got paid for the CPAC deal. And they all do it. They go to economy clubs, these econ clubs. They get paid $50K to show up for an hour. Holy shit balls. They make a lot of money. Every day they get paid.
Trump got paid in patriotic love.
Ooh, patriotic.
Ooh, highlight Hardy Hat's comment there. I like that. That's interesting. So,
ooh.
I mean, I don't know about 90% because that's really fucking hard, but I would say 75. So if you're termed out at 16 years and you come out with 75% of the popular, that's a damn good idea.
I like that, Hardy Hat.
Yeah.
Think about it. Bernie wins
right there.
Bernie wins by like 75% every time because the motherfuckers love his ass in Vermont. I got no problem with Bernie sticking around if he's doing such a good job. But I don't know, man. I think that a mentorship program is just as effective to say, okay, I'm going to show you. The thing is the expertise is in how to write a bill without creating more problems down the road by fucking it up day one. Be efficient. The hard part is decoupling those backdoor deal relationships. That's the hard part. Well, this guy owes me I'll talk to him. He owes me a favor from 2022, and then she'll do it if I'll do it and you do it and he doesn't, she does it. We're still good. So you got that backdoor bullshit, which already happened. It's called lobbyists. So I don't know, man. There's just some different ways of doing it. I do like the idea of a higher, the longer you're in there, the more you got to win by after a couple of cycles.
Yeah, because if your constituents want to elect you at a astonishingly high percentage, then that means that you're doing something good. And in that case, I like it. I think that is a fantastic idea.
Hardy Hat, you get credit for that idea. We're gonna run with that shit. We're gonna play with it. But I do like that. But there's got to be something, man. We can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different output or an outcome. Well,
that's just it. They don't care. They don't want a different outcome. They want the same outcome, baby. It's very lucrative. You go in there, you dick around with a bunch of idiots for a little bit. You pass some legislation, and then after a few years, you retire and you go get paid back by having your board memberships. It's it's insane.
It's a career.
Yeah,
it's a career path. Yeah. I used to think when I was in high school, as kids says, I want to get into politics. I'm like, why? Like, really? Why? It's because it's lucrative.
Money and power.
Holy shit balls. Money, power, influence, fame, resources. You get invited to fancy dinners. Whatever tickles your fancy, man, that's what you're going to do. You can go get invited to Epstein Island and have a good time with whatever you illegally choose to do and no repercussions. And oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna get freaked out on that shit.
Yeah, see, that's why I would make a good politician, because they can take those dinners and shove them up their ass, man. I'd rather be home working or at the office working.
Well, dude,
I'm not a gala guy.
Imagine how many sound bites I gave these future fucking assholes when I decide to run in 2022. Fuck you guys in the future. I gave them nothing but plenty of sound bites to run with, but I own everything I say. And I know when I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. That's okay. I've been wrong before and I'll be wrong again.
Damn, you sound more and more like Trump every day, brother.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Don't maybe get the red hat. I'll get the motherfucking red hat.
I'm gonna keep my little flat hat on here.
Photoshop that bitch right on that dome.
Oh my god, dude! I will curse you so hard. I will curse you out. Your ears will ring. You're gonna go see a doctor. But yeah, man, I really do appreciate your time, Dennis, and I hope you'll come back again sometime soon. We'll keep playing with this formula, man, to see what works for everybody. And fuck no.
President? Nah.
Hell no.
A random guy can't just run for president.
I like my privacy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind doing this shit, but when I go out to dinner with my girlfriend, like I did this weekend for the first time in months, I don't want to be fucking bothered, man. You know, and I can't imagine if Secret Service comes with you to dinner. Like, photography people snapping pictures, that would really, it's not fair to my kids to put them in the limelight. I think it's it's not fair. And that's the world we live in, man. It's gross. And everybody wants something from you, man. No way, man. I have no interest in state legislation. This is as high as I plan on going. I have no interest in going to Washington, D.C. ever. I'll visit, but I don't want to live there. I don't want to work there. I don't want to pay their taxes. I don't want to deal with their traffic and a bunch of yes men and yes women. No, thank you. Not interesting.
What is the office that you're seeking? Is it state or is it federal?
It's state. I'm not doing any federal stuff. I'm looking at doing like state Senate, state House Representative, state Assembly, or maybe even like county commission. That's as high as I'm going to go as state Senate, maybe.
Yeah, man, you can win that shit. You know, you can. I mean, even just pulling the Yang Gang to fund something like that. You can be. It's an easy fight.
Yeah, state Senate is the most expensive one, and an average. And we're talking about running against some fucking dinosaurs too, man. And they're deep rooted. One lady is the wife of a county judge, so she's got that whole thing going for her, and she sucks. And she's funded by Betsy DeVos. So there's that money. But it's all about how they redistrict these maps, like Matt was saying earlier. It's all about how they redistrict it, man. I think every district should be 50-50 toss-up every cycle. That's how you truly get. You don't have. I don't want to ever see a assumed district. That's a red district. Don't even bother. That's a blue district. No, man. It should be like 55-45 every time. It should be a nail biter at every day. You get to fight for something, not just I'm not him or her. That shit is weak sauce. Yeah, there are term limits in Michigan.
That's so difficult to do, though, especially, well, it's in every state, but I mean, let's take Michigan. I mean, Detroit's demographics are much different than the rest of Michigan, right? Yeah. So you're going to have Republicans in the rural, and you're going to have Democrats in the metro. So it's how are you going to have that even split of districts? It's really weird. It's a weird dynamic that we have.
What they're going to do is, I think their goal in Michigan is to have 70,000 people per district, though. It's kind of the number they've thrown out there. It's like an even number. Okay, 70,000 per district, and we're not going to go on this or that. I'm not sure what the gerrymandering, how that all works as far as like stacking the deck. But, they got a whole committee for it. They're going to take a whole goddamn year to do it. They're working on it right now, and we're not going to know until December of this year. And so after December, I'm going to go through the holidays and do some research and talk to some people and ask some economist people to say, how could I introduce a VAT to replace a different tax base where we're not really capturing shit from businesses? So that's one thing I'm going to talk about. And another one's just ranked choice voting is my number one priority. I want to decouple the duopoly in Michigan. We have ranked choice. We have term limits. We've ended gerrymandering. We have, some progressive policies is trying to, democracy reform has already happened at the state level. So why not keep going? Let's go ranked choice voting next time. Open primaries, like you said before, Dennis, that's very important. We have open primaries, but when the ranked choice voting, they could change it on us. No, I want to be open across the board and just do this shit and do like a jungle one too, where you take top 4, top 5. It has to be a jungle primary then, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
So
well, it would be open with an RCV. Are you direct initiative state?
Yeah. I'm already working with Rank My Vote MI from Michigan about gathering signatures. They're getting data on that too to say how many signatures we got to get. I'm thinking like 40,000 is what it looks like. It's X% of 2020's. Like I think it's like 10% of the last election participants. Midterms though, not the general in 2018.
Right.
So I think it's gonna be 10% of that. So if 400,000 voted, then we need 40,000 votes or signatures. And then you put it on we have direct democracy, man. I did a whole video on that shit a while back. Me and you talked about it. I'm like, you know what? Let me do them all. Let's look at all of them. And there's 3 different kinds too, where some states just direct democracy. You get the votes, it's on the ballot. Then the other states have semi-direct, where you get it on the ballot or you get the votes. The Senate and the Congress, the House, the state house has a chance to vote on it. If they stall on it, then you can then it goes up on the ballot. And there's another one I can't remember. But me and Matt are gonna talk about this. VAT will never happen in Michigan. That will kick any chance you have of getting elected. Ranked choice voting can be done through a ballot. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. No, but I don't know, Matt. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna look at the economics. If there's an economic viability, don't shit on it. Not
well,
yet.
You have a problem with the localized VAT process, because how do you?
Yeah, I don't know. It might not be possible. It might not be possible. I don't know.
Yeah, because if I have a Michigan business, but I assemble elsewhere, I import the goods that I assemble from another country. Where does your VAT come in? The moment it crosses state lines, okay, well then, fuck you, Michigan. I'm going to house it outside of the border of Michigan's border and drop ship. Yeah, so it would be very easy to game. See, that's the beauty with VAT, because it's impossible to game as long as it's a nationwide VAT and you want to do business in our country. All of a sudden, you'd have people saying, "All right, well, fuck you, Michigan. I'm just not going to do business in your state."
Yeah, that's what Matt was saying too. It would a truly state one with not enough whatever would de-incentivize businesses to stay here. So again, I don't know enough about it. I'm just going to talk to people that know more about it than I do, and especially when it comes to any kind of tax reform in the state of Michigan. But we have so many great resources here that we could be capitalizing on. I just got to do more. Once I got to find out what the districts are like. And the more this election or this term goes on, it's going to be harder and harder to even run as a fucking Democrat, because it's just like these motherfuckers. Do I want that?
Walk away, baby. Walk away.
I'm still considering running as a third party. I'm not then, but if I run as a third party, I'm not running to win. I'm running to introduce an idea.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that too. And that's kind of but I don't want to waste people's time and money. You know, I don't want to run this thing with no true intentions of winning. Have people donate? I can do that for free. I can be an asshole for free, a disruptor.
If you're putting forth an idea, is that really a letdown to people that are donating? See, that's what I disagreed with Andrew, and when I say Andrew, I mean Andrew's team. When he decided, quote unquote, big ass air quotes, quote unquote, when Andrew decided to drop. And gave that line about, I didn't want to keep taking donations. Fuck that. Keep taking our donations, man. You're look at the trailing benefits that's happened with UBI. I think that we would all be willing to continue to invest in that. So keep giving your money to the PACs. Well, our PACs turned out to be shit, but that's a whole other topic for another day.
Well, it's just the Michigan. It depends on like Matt was saying, it depends on the district maps. If there's a lane where I could use the Democratic Party to win, so be it. But I'm going to be a dino, man. I'm not a true Democrat. I'm not a registered Democrat. So I have no intentions on that necessarily. But if I have to run as an independent, that's cool too, whatever. But it's not like I don't have a career. I already have a job. But I'd love to step up and really try to make a difference in the state. But we'll see. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, Dennis. I know you got to get going. You're an early bird. You gotta go
Yes, I am. Early to bed, early to rise, baby.
That's right, man. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about that in the comments section. Thanks for joining us. Go check out T4Y Podcast, formerly known as Trumper for Yang. Dennis the Menace, the right wing and him.
Boyce, the future Republican.
Republican.
Build that wall, baby.
Yeah, build something. Just do something. Shit. Stop sitting on your hands, people. They'll go numb. But we'll see you guys next time, guys. Thanks for joining us. And like always, Yang Gang. All right, dude. That's cool. All right, man. I appreciate it, man. All right, guys. All you guys that stuck around with us, man, appreciate you. Matt, we're gonna touch base. I'm hoping to do a live stream with him. He is actually building he's starting a business in my old hometown. He's trying to help entrepreneurs in rural areas build businesses. And so me and him we were talking about some stuff with media, stuff like that. It's going to be fun. He's a good guy, man. We don't have to agree on everything once again. But a solid wrestler. That dude's a badass little wrestler back in the day. But yeah, man, I'll let you guys go, man. But thanks again. We'll see you guys later, man.
All right, guys.